It has been my wonderful experience as I travel through the world, and here in the Amazon I suspected nothing but tribal villages and very primitive ways of living. But look here, a beautiful uprising city full of high-rises just beginning. Who would have imagined such a thing if you're only living in the United States?
One of the interesting things about the Amazon is called the coming together of the waters. The brown water, which is from the Amazon River, and the sediment that's below the surface creates that brown water. Next to it is very clear water, which comes from an additional river. And as these two rivers come together, they have different speeds and they have different temperatures. So there's a demarcation. These fishermen are fishing right in the edge because of the temperature change. The fish seem to come from one part of the river to the other river. This is the river city of Santarem, which is about 1,000 miles into the Amazon River from the Atlantic Ocean. It's about halfway between the Atlantic and the Pacific, maybe a little less. But it's a city of about 3 million people, and it's very thriving. It also provides a lot of services that is needed for the other rural areas of the riverside. Along the riverbanks, you see hundreds of ferry boats because this is the mode of transportation up and down the river. And these boats will go overnight, carrying passengers who will be sleeping in hammocks, and that's how they traverse this part of the Amazon in central Brazil. Today we are in Santarem in Brazil, and we're on the Amazon River, and we had a wonderful 3-hour boat ride where we went down the Amazon or up the Amazon, I don't know which way, and we went up to one of the tributary rivers, which I'll put below the name, but I can't pronounce it on camera, but it was a very, very interesting trip.
And this is definitely the way for a European American to tour the Amazon. It's a cool breeze on the boat. We went piranha fishing, we saw a toucan, we saw a dolphin, a sloop, and a few other birds. I mean, it was phenomenally beautiful and gorgeous, and have lots of pictures and videos to share with everyone.
There's 11,000 different tributaries, very rural. Every mile or so you see a house on stilts, you see a farm, there's cattle, chickens running around, very primitive existence, and very interesting. At one point in our cruise, the boat turned to the shore and sort of parked itself, and then we watched the process of the hooks being baited, and we were all going to go piranha fishing. So the crew was baiting the hooks, and they used meat because the meat had blood in it, and that's what attracts the piranha. So I had my hook baited, and I fed the line, and the line went to the bottom of the river, and you just let it sit there, and when you feel a nibble, you jerk it. And within about 2 minutes, I hooked a catfish. It wasn't a very big one, but it was the first fish caught in the boat, and it was pretty exciting. So I got my little catfish, and then down the way, somebody else hooked another fish. Another catfish was much larger, and then finally somebody hooked a piranha, and this is the piranha. And while one of the guides had the piranha in his hand, he was very careful to make sure that the teeth of the piranha didn't come anywhere near his fingers. The piranha has very strong teeth, and as you can see in this picture, he showed that.
Oh my goodness.
These are the teeth. This is the biggest.
And that was our fishing exposition,
up to 18 inches
and
long.
it was fun.
And it has very.
So I'm here with Paulo. He's our guide here on the Amazon River, and very interesting guide. Does well in explaining what we're seeing as we're going up and down the tributaries. But he left his little village when he was 12 years old.
Fruits, vegetables, and we also have the beautiful nature. We breathe nature every day, and there is not much to do, but we enjoy what we have in our place.
It's not just two little fins. There it is.
Right here. Oh, yes. Yes, so true.
Yep, here they come.
It was a great day on the river of Santarem, and we went back to the ship, but we, on second thought, decided to go to a local restaurant. We were fortunate enough to meet a wonderful cab driver and a couple of other guests from the ship who spoke eloquent Portuguese. we went to this phenomenal restaurant, the local redfish, which I believe is Piranha, and with some help of some kind people who didn't know any English, they brought a young girl out to explain the menu with us. Here we are, we're finally muddling through it. But we had the most awesome dish I can possibly think of. And look at this beautiful, quaint little place. You can tell it's the place to go to for the locals. And by the way, this beer, that's beer. And it's in this wonderful little carafe. Looks like a wine bottle, doesn't it? I wish we had a few of these at home. Richard had the local beer, which he said was really great. Then here is the menu. Oh my goodness. Look what we got. Spinach, parachu. It's sort of a potato plantain with shrimp. Everything was absolutely delicious. The best fish, the most fish that we've had on this trip yet. Top it off, it was $37, not each, for both of us. What a bargain.
After lunch, our cab driver was waiting for us, and he took us for a little ride along the beach of Santarem, and we did make a stop at the obligatory church. The church is the Metropolitan Cathedral da Sonora. It was built in 1819. It wasn't a very special cathedral. It was very simple inside. The decorations were minimal. They had the Stations of the Cross along each wall. It was simple yet elegant. And as we've seen in many other churches in Brazil, the tradition of tying a ribbon, making your adorations or your requests, were tied on the railings in the church. And the little plaza beyond the church was this lovely gazebo, and then the obligatory markets, which are everywhere in this country. Did a little sightseeing shopping. Didn't find anything that suited our purpose, and then headed back to the pier where our launch came. We boarded the launch, and we quickly got back to the ship. And then there was a long walk down the corridor to our cabin. All in all, a very, very nice day. Hey, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Look for us in the next video.